Call the town council meeting of October 26th to order. Janelle, please take the roll.
Councilmember Barker. Here. Councilmember Brown. Here. Councilmember Lowell. Here. Councilmember Michelson.
Here.
Mayor Gibson.
Here, pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Is there any public comment on anything that's not on the agenda? Not on the agenda, seeing none. We'll go to approval of town council minutes, 10/12/23. Councilmember Parker.
I make a motion for approval of town council meeting minutes from 10/12/2023.
Councilmember Michelson.
I'll second that.
Okay. Any public comment on those minutes? Any discussion on the minutes? Seeing none, Janelle, please take the vote.
Councilmember Barker.
Aye.
Councilmember Brown. Aye. Councilmember Lowell.
Aye.
Councilmember Michelson.
Aye.
Passes 4-0. Special town council meeting minutes, 10/23/2023. Councilmember Barker.
I make a motion for approval of special town council meeting minutes 10/23 of 2023.
Councilmember Michelson.
I second the motion.
Thank you. Any comments? Any further discussion? Seeing none, Janelle, please take the vote.
Councilmember Barker.
Aye.
Councilmember Brown. Aye. Councilmember Lowell.
Aye.
Councilmember Michelson.
Aye.
Passes 4-0. Approval of biweekly claims. I think are there two additional ones, Gina?
Yes, I just explained that, yeah.
Do you have those? Okay. Councilmember Michelson.
I make a motion to approve the biweekly claims number 18634, 18650, 18652, and 18653.
Okay. Councilmember Lowell.
I'll second the
Okay,
motion.
we have a motion and a second. Any public comment on the claims? Any discussion on the claims? Councilmember Parker.
The only thing that, as discussion wise, that I'd like to see is that the claims all come in at the same time instead of having to adjust at the last minute, especially for the public's knowledge.
So maybe Gina, you could explain what happened with the
Yeah, so sometimes I try to get as much in as I can during the week, but then sometimes I'll get these ones that are like maybe overdue and they have a specific date on them. And so in order to create from getting fines or late fees, that's why I end up having to process those claims late. I'm just trying to alleviate that. So I think I've tried it out where I can get them in time to get that done, but sometimes that's just not how it happens.
I just feel it's very important for the public to be also see the
Absolutely.
items that you're putting in front of us.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree. So,
Okay.
but that's why that happens.
Any other comments on the claims? Seeing none. Janelle, please take the vote.
Councilmember Barker.
Aye.
Councilmember Brown. Aye. Councilmember Lowell.
Aye.
Councilmember Michelson.
Aye.
Passes 4-0. I would ask permission from the council to suspend the rules to move up to 2 new business items. They're very short. Those people are here. I don't know if they want to stick around for the budget or not, so that's okay if you have a motion. Councilmember Michelson.
I make a motion to move, I make a motion to suspend council rules and to move new business items. A, confirmation of the police officer Trevor Franston, and B, discussion decision, lighting funds to be returned to the donor up to the very top ahead of unfinished business.
Okay.
I'll second it.
Second. Any discussion? Seeing none.
Councilmember Barker. Aye. Councilmember Brown. Aye. Councilmember Lowell.
Aye.
Councilmember Michelson.
Aye.
Okay, so we'll go to new business A, confirmation of police officer Trevor. Been a year, correct?
Yes.
And he's here, doing a great job. If you have any questions, You want to make a speech?
Yeah, I just want to say that I absolutely love working here. I love the community. Working for a place that has great community support like this is amazing. I'm just so thankful to be here, and I enjoy working with everybody here, and it's awesome.
Thank you. So we could have, is there any public comment? We could have a motion to approve confirmation. Police officer code. Councilmember Martin.
I'll make a motion to approve confirmation of police officer Trevor Franzen.
And I'll second
Councilmember
that
Lowell,
motion.
motion is second. Any discussion? Seeing none, Janelle, please take the vote.
Councilmember Barker.
Aye.
Councilmember Brown. Aye. Councilmember Lowell.
Aye.
Councilmember Michelson.
Aye.
Passes 4-0. We might want to go over to Elton May. Found that guy at his house.
Oh, gee.
Thank you, Trevor.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Trevor.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Okay, we'll go to B. Mr. Edwards is here. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. My understanding, he's given the town $10,000. He's worked through the county because it is in the county, that strip. And I think he's looking at solar, so the town would not have to pay electric bills. Is that the case?
Yeah.
So that's basically what it is. Do you want to say anything, Mr. Edwards, or you don't have to?
Just, we're getting real close to starting the project and getting the lights ordered, so just thought we'd transfer the money over to get these guys a down payment.
Okay.
Well, thank you for that. I'm very excited that there's gonna be some lights. It's been a
Yeah,
good
it's gonna be
project. It's very, very nice.
So we need a motion. Councilmember Michael.
I make a motion to approve the lighting funds to be returned to the donor.
I'll second that.
Second. Any public comment? Seeing none, any further discussion? Councilmember Parker.
So just a question, because I guess I wasn't familiar with what had actually, with the lighting and how it was donated.
It was, I think Jimmy Edwards raised the money when you did your Brew Fest.
Yeah,
So every year when they've done the Brew Fest, they raise money,
Okay, so that was just,
not profit.
okay, so in other words, they're, obviously, you had looked at one time to have lights like we have now? Is that what it was?
yeah, we were looking at it, having the city do a, whatever you would call it, to charge everybody a little bit each month. But Steve ran on when he ran for mayor, the city wasn't gonna have any extra costs and stuff, so I thought about it, I said, well, that's a good point, so I went out and started looking at solar, and have been working on it for a year and a half.
So is this something that's going to look like the same of the other lights that are higher up, or are they gonna be smaller?
They're gonna be smaller and much nicer looking.
Okay. We had a motion and a second. Any further discussion? No, please take the vote.
Councilmember Barker.
Aye.
Councilmember Brown.
Aye.
Councilmember Lowell.
Aye.
And Councilmember Michelson.
Aye.
4-0. You can stay if you want.
No, thanks.
Oh, no, thank you.
Thanks. Thanks. The lights are gonna be nice, so there'll be a lot more stuff coming out on it when we get closer to it.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, thanks.
So we'll go back to unfinished business. Discussion decision, resolution 524, resolution for adopting budget and adopting wages and salaries for the town of Stevensville, fiscal year 23-24. We have a motion, and then we can go to discussion, questions. There are a couple, I guess I would say, additions that we can go through. And how it came to be. So if we could have a motion. Councilmember Michelson.
I make a motion to approve resolution number 524, a resolution for adopting a budget and adopting wages and salaries for the town of Stephenville, Montana, fiscal year 2024.
Thank you.
I'll
Councilmember Lowell.
second it.
We have a motion and a second. I'll try just the main change, if you recall, we were asking 40 cents an hour for everyone starting January 1st. With some recent developments, we found some additional money. Basically, number one, Steve Cruz is retiring. The person that will take his place will make about $5 an hour less. So what we're proposing now, because of the retention issue, especially for the police, 50 cents an hour for all employees and $1 an hour for the 3 police officers. Starting January 1st, it's not retroactive. I think, Robert, is that the only really major change? It was pretty.
And we added the travel to council.
Oh, for the council, for the meeting, that was that.
So $1 an hour for the police officers?
50 cents for everybody else. Starting January 1st, it's a tight budget. I wish it could be more. But we think we can do that. So really, other than what we had before, the amendment for the council to go to training, everything else is basically the same, correct, Robert?
Yep.
So, Councilman Mikeson.
If you don't mind, the council has some notes here. Wouldn't mind going through some of the expenditures, Robert? Most of them are just questions, just to satisfy my.
Okay.
All right, first one is on page 1 of 44,
Okay,
410200 executive services.
okay.
370 and 380, that's for the mayor, I'm assuming, so it's got nothing in there for travel. Do we want to wait until the next mayor decides what he wants to do and amend it then?
I thought we reduced the mayor's travel, but we put something in there.
There's nothing in there.
Okay. I think
We have-
the intent was, before it was 2,000.
We have $50 in there in case you had to go like the,
And part of that was due to the legislature, but there is amount in there, isn't there, Robert?
50.
Huh?
$50.
I think it's 400.
No, I guess the new mayor's gonna.
Should we walk it?
Well,
Do we want to amend that, or?
yeah, go ahead. I'd put $1,000 in there,
Okay,
if you wanna make that amendment.
You actually don't need an amendment.
Huh?
You don't need an amendment because.
if it's within the deal,
So it's okay.
Yeah, you still, if
we
you
just
all
add
agree
it
on it.
within the line
Just
item.
add,
Yep.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Any others? Oh,
Yeah. Okay, page 3 of 44, 410530, the audit services, 25,000. My question is, why is it so much when it was 44,290 in 1920 and 4,470 in 21-22?
When we get, sorry. When, the fraud came up with the prior mayor, our auditor dropped us. And we became a high-risk audit.
Okay,
And then we went out to bid and only one person bid, and that was, Downing Associates, and they put in a big bid, and you guys accepted it, well, the council, Downing accepted the bid, for the 3-year audit, and it's.
Yes, Strong that used to do the audit when I first got here, said they wouldn't do it.
okay,
I think it had to do with some of those things.
okay.
Yeah,
Could I ask, do we have a contract with Denning
yeah.
for
We
a
did
couple
that.
of years
3
or
years.
3 years?
3 years, 2 years, yeah, we did that.
This will be the last year with them.
We did that before you were here.
Thank you.
Okay, on page 4, we went through that already, I believe. 444, 410600, elections. We're leaving this alone until we hear from Regina.
Yeah.
Okay. Page 6, 44, 420, 410, fire department administration, 328, firefighter recruitment. Shouldn't something be there? We had 250 in there last year. I mean,
250 was for the banner, which I don't think.
for advertising or anything, I mean, Vicky might be able to answer for Jeff. Shouldn't something be in there for recruiting new people?
The only thing we have is a banner, and I think we got 1 or 2 people that applied.
We had 250 last year, and we didn't spend any, and in the course of the last 4 years, we spent $40.
Okay, then we'll leave it alone then. Okay. Page 7 of 44, 420-460, fire department suppression, 226, clothing and uniform. You got $4,000 and we budgeted $17,000 last year.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why that's down so?
One is we're broke. One is we're broke, but they actually, I think for the last couple of years, you'll see, last year was a big purchase. We're usually about 4,000, 7,000, 3,000, and last year was almost
Last
7,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I was wondering why.
No, that's fine.
Okay, page 8 of
Okay.
44, 430-200, road and street services, 340 utility services. I talked to you about this yesterday, Steve. It's $450, it was $2,500 last year. Is it that we didn't use that much is why it's?
Well, there'll be, as far as any street, of course, we've got the bids going out for railroad and spring with a combination of leftover Barca, Senate bill, whatever number it was, 186,000. This year's Barca, 98,000. We have like 400,000. And then you'll be getting another approximately $98,000 next year. So that can be used, we did some pothole stuff, all that stuff. So that would come out of Barca. We just, that's where that would come from.
That part right there is, the utility, that's our electric bill
Right.
for part of the, plant down there. And, looking at it now, we did $2,500 last year, we only spent $970, year before was not 800. And it's just the way we broke it out, the bills a little differently, to make them more succinct to what they, should be paying. I mean, you could bump that up, but I think we covered that in another area. So
Okay.
they pay as much, because streets don't have much down there. Most of them.
Okay. All right, page 9.
Okay,
44, 430-900 cemetery, 340 utility services there. We're budgeting 3425 and it was 2,000 last year. What's the reason for the increase such a amount for the cemetery? I know it's for pumps, electricity. Just
what page was that, you said?
Utilities.
utilities
Service.
for the cemetery, page 9.
I can't say specifically, but this was on the news yesterday. ESC just approved another electricity increase, and whatever average home is, it was like $10 a month. So you put that on top of us, who knows what it's gonna be.
So it's up $1,100 from last year.
Okay,
But I think when we redid the whole utilities, you saw the street portion went down, and then the cemetery's paying a little bit more than their share. Which is, they both come out of the general fund.
Right.
It's just how
well,
you.
all this is under the job.
Okay, okay,
Go ahead.
Page 10,
okay,
460-437 forestry and nursery, 365 ground maintenance, that's $6,500. It was 19,300 last year.
that's what we budgeted for. That means, that means we didn't spend, we spent $8,840. Talk with the crews, that we're gonna cut that down a little bit, trying to, stay within the budget, because I told him I had to cut about 20%, he said we could do it for $6,500.
And I didn't hear anything from Steve Lass or Cruz regarding that. Did you, Robert?
No,
Okay.
yeah, I remember we did cut that one down. If you notice it, like in 2021, it was only $963, and it kind of jumps all over the place. That's kind of how much you do want to put into the trees around the place. And that.
Page 10 of 44,
Okay,
411010 administration, 3,045, it was 34,121 last year for salaries and wages. I'm assuming that was for the part-time zoning administrator, that was never filled.
Which page are you on?
Page 10.
Yep.
Administration 411010.
It's page,
Oh, is that the wrong page?
Yeah.
it's,
It's zoning administrator, I'm assuming. You had salaries and wages listed at 25,625.
Oh, page 13?
I mean, 30, yeah,
Yeah,
page 13,
Bingo.
34,121.
you're right, that was in the budget, that's what it was. We only spent $1,500 out of the planning fund that year, last year. Year before, I don't know how we got a negative 33, but it was an accounting deal. So yeah, that, part of that money,
Was for the zoning administrator re-advertising.
yeah, we never filled that, so.
3 years now.
Okay, page 15, 521000, the 10th district. You're at 9,500 budgeted, 9,650 to airport, see resolution. We'll just close the account because it still says 150 in there after this.
Okay, this money, is the, head district of the airport.
Mhm.
And so when they get that money, but it's set aside in a TED account, and then we use that money to pay off their loan to Montana Aeronautics. And so we're transferring that money from this account into the airport fund to pay off
And you're
that.
just leaving a little bit in there for seed or whatever?
Yeah, because we can only spend it up at the airport, and so, and we get about that much a year, and it's been paying off their loan. They got like, I think there's 2 years left on the loan after this year, so
Okay,
that's good.
all right. Page 17, 420531, building inspection, professional services, 16,999. Last year it was budgeted for 25.
Yep.
What's that for? I mean, I looked at the contract.
That is the contract.
That is a contract,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, we just, nobody built anything anymore, so it's gone down to anything.
Right, I get all that, I was just wondering what, all contract, okay. All right, page 24, 430200, roads and streets.
Okay.
It has to do with just the Barca, 455,800, add 47 to the Barca, makes 492,80, is that correct? If you add them both together. We're moving the Barca over in the resolution into the gas tank.
Yes. And so we're starting out with about 100,000 in the accounts, in both those accounts. Gonna get a revenue about 360, and we can spend on the contracts, which I don't think we'll spend all this year just because of the way it lays out. We can spend up to $455,000 on either railroad or I think it's spring, whatever. it is.
The bids, there's been a delay in the bids, hopefully next month. So obviously, no work is gonna start till the spring, so it won't all be spent now. It's kind of the same thing as ARPA.
Okay. All right.
could I ask a question? I wondered on the gas tax, is there a stipulation that you are supposed to use that money, so much of it every year?
On the Barca it was, remember each year we have to fill out a form saying what we're using it on, and we have to get a resolution. And then they allow you to continue to keep doing it as long as you're doing street maintenance. And that's what we did. We finally realized, I think that's what everybody was doing. So they just said, we're just gonna give you the money and lump it all up some and continue our street
And
maintenance
the
project.
legislation changed it this year too now, we just give the money.
Yeah,
That's good.
Okay. Page 28. 460430, the G. Thomas Fund, what's the $10,000 on the budget?
so that's a 10,000, remember we authorized to spend $10,000 for, right in June, this last year. Out of the Thomas money to fix the pool. But we didn't spend it all last year, we just, the bills came in about the same time as July started. So it was a kind of a carryover from how much we're gonna spend out of the pool, G. Thomas money on the pool.
So So this money we approved last year,
Yeah.
$10,000.
To spend 10,000 out of it.
On that Gene Thomas fund last summer.
Yeah.
And it never got spent, so you're just carrying it over in the budget.
Just drag it over.
We're not taking any more money out of the Gene Thomas. fund.
No, no. Okay, so that's the intent.
So that's gonna leave us back with the 15,000 that we originally,
You should
because you
have
have it in here is
that. Let me see.
where is that sheet?
Oh, 5,000, $6,000 at the
I
end.
think it's only 6,000.
Yeah, and it seems like we just keep pulling and pulling, and there's money that the park board has talked about doing things with, and now you guys have taken it out again. It keeps going away.
It seems confusing, Councilmember Bar, I mean, you approved the 10,000, which we explained. You know, I've heard for a couple of years about the park wanting to do some things. I haven't heard what that is with the Gene Thomas Fund.
But we also had a grant. When we first went in there to specify what we wanted was for the pumps that was in there. We got a grant, part of it was to go back into that fund, and then we turn around and it's 10,000 is taken out again. I still have some issues with this because I don't think it was properly brought to the council for that.
I respectfully disagree, but that's okay. You approved it.
This was approved last year.
Yes,
Okay.
I got an alibi.
go ahead.
After looking at this, after coding it, it looks like 5,000 came out last year, 5,200. So there's 4,700 left to pay. So if that's something you guys don't want to do and not.
We're not taking public comment right now.
With the pool, I mean, that's up to you guys, if you're gonna spend any more money on that. But of the 10,000, I guess I see it right now, there's 4,700 left of that 10,000. And that bill probably already been paid, but
But we also had some donations that came in
Yeah, we did.
for that as well.
But the total bill was around 20,000.
it was a lot more, yeah.
It was over 20,000 for all the repairs.
I just think you guys are dipping more and more out of it and that's not.
Well, with all due respect, I really don't like that, Tom. We're not dipping out anything. Any more?
Yes.
Councilmember Matson.
Okay, page 33, Robert. 430510, Water Utility Administration.
Yeah.
Mainly just a question, the help for you assistance, we got 701 budgeted, anticipated $1,300 of revenue, and that's on page 23 of the revenues. My question is, what is the total amount do you have that we have in the help for you?
Oh, I don't have that number with me right here. How for you?
That I don't know.
It's not a lot. I know it doesn't,
No, I know it's not a lot, but
I can get that for you though. It's not
I'm just saying in the past, when it got built up, we always just suspended it, so the ratepayers wouldn't have to pay it. And then we never took away the program, we just drew it down, when it drew down to a respectable.
Oh, you're talking about the 41 cents?
Yes, yes, the help for you.
that would be, when we, not time to talk about it, but after the budget's passed, should talk about the rates for the water and sewer. That would be a great time to see,
To bring that up.
bring that up and to lower it down,
Okay.
and bring it up and see where that all is.
Okay, page 34,
Okay,
430530, storage and wells, 340 utility. You've got $1,200 budgeted, it was $9,200 last year, what was the reason for it? We budgeted last year. $75,200 is a total. Last year, and this year we budgeted only $40,000.
yeah, we spent $58,000 last year, and talking with, Steve, that's what he believes he's gonna spend this year on just the.
So is this Middleburn Fork well field out there that uses up all the electricity?
Yeah, that's,
Part of the sewer plant too, isn't it?
Yes. Storage and wells.
well, if you look, and if you look, the facility and grounds and buildings, that's where a lot of the utilities, right above it, that's where a lot of the electricity is, 82,000 right now.
Mhm. Okay, page 39,
Okay.
430640, treatment and disposal. Last year, we budgeted for 132,625, and this year only 33,823. Why is it so low?
For the whole sewer? Which object?
430640, object 340.
Okay. 340. 340, right, utilities?
Under treatment and disposal.
And,
It's right on the bottom of page 39.
yeah, I got it. And you wanna know, what do you wanna know about that one?
Well,
Which one?
last year we budgeted 132,000. This year we only budgeted for 33,820.
Yeah, we budgeted for 132,000, and they only spent 24.
They only spent 20%
26,000, yeah.
Public Works, we
Yeah.
budgeted more than.
because of fuel prices.
And they were looking, and that, there was a $20,000 capital expenditure they wanted to put in last year, they didn't buy. And I think that had to, I don't know, I can't remember what that was for, that didn't get spent. That would have been the big one of that.
And that's all I have.
Any other questions on the budget? Councilmember Brown.
I noticed that in our agenda package, the budget wasn't a part of it. Where can the general public view it?
When it's complete, it'll go, and when it's complete, it'll go on the town's website,
Oh, I thought
under
the,
budgets.
I thought the public needed to view it prior to.
Well, this one wasn't updated because of all the additional entries that they were still putting in through the last week. So when you guys receive those in front of you tonight, that was still part of the original public hearing, and then they contacted town hall and received any of those as well. But when it's finalized, when you guys finalize it, it'll go on the town's website under budgets.
Okay, any other questions? So we have a motion and a second, I believe, to approve the budget. Any public comment?
Vicky Motley, 318 Ninth Street. I was gonna ask the same thing about the budget. I was trying to follow what questions Bob was asking, page 33, but when I went back to the budget, preliminary budget that was put in a couple of weeks ago, a month ago, whenever it was, the page numbers didn't match up. So I had not a clue what you were talking about. My next question is, was the Relief Association's request put into the budget?
Yeah.
Okay. And I also have a problem with the Gene Thomas money. We approved, the park board approved up to $10,000 if the Rapp Family Foundation money did not come through. The Rapp Family Foundation money came through, so it should have been only a $5,000 hit to the Gene Thomas fund.
Any other public comment on the budget? Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the budget. I guess all I would say is it's tight. We're leaving a couple positions open. One in Public Works for a while, and one in Police for a while. I think it's important that, again, with the raises, as you all know, I wish we could have done more. I mean, everybody's struggling everywhere to hire people, to retain people, especially the police officers. We've had that discussion many, many times. So with that, sure, go ahead.
Robert, can you explain to us about the, Cindy brought it up, and She said she called here, and then Steve mentioned it yesterday about the ARPA grant, why the differential between the proposed revenues and the expenditures.
Okay, yeah. It appears that we're spending down, I guess, like we're $830,000. That's a lot of money. Of that, we are using our own money, $495,000 for our ARPA project out of this budget. Not all of that will be spent this year, but they wanted us to put it in the fund and show that we're spending it, so they know that we have that money. So that right there is about almost 500,000 of that 830,000. The airport's going down about 47,000 because they have that ongoing project, the master plan, about 17,000 there. Plus, they're just don't make enough revenue. Some of the, like the water itself, we're losing about $170,000 in spend down in the water budget because we haven't raised the water rates in 3 years. So that's huge. We're gonna add another 10. It's kind of a, doesn't matter what we got, the $10,000 we're giving back, that's not in this, but it's be there. And that's saying we're also spending down $455,000 in the gas bars money, which is, 10,000, 100,000 of what we had in the bank. So there's some big projects that we're doing that's really high. The biggest one though, if you really look at it, the one that really matters is the general fund, $177,000. That's a spend down in the general fund. We need to reserve about $252,000. We're gonna be about $280,000 at the end of the year. So we're gonna be about $26,000 above the reserve amount. But in the budget, next year it's gonna be tighter. But once again, the tax is gonna go up a little bit. And so that's gonna cut that down a little bit too. So hopefully next year's budget's gonna be really tight. And historically, we have not, we usually do, historically, since I've been here, we have not spent the entire budget. We always do pretty good about reserving. There's sometimes we have to do a budget amendment when we have to buy a big project, a big piece of equipment or something. But normally in some of the funds, we don't spend it all. So looking at this budget, this is probably the best budget we've had since we've been here. It's been multiple rounds with the department heads whittling down the numbers to get right down to it. And so and we're gonna have some savings like the mayor said. And hopefully that will cut into that $177,000. So we don't have to cut next year.
Okay, any other questions? Okay, we have a motion and a second. Please take the vote to approve the budget.
Councilmember Barker?
No.
Councilmember Brown?
No.
Councilmember Lowell?
Aye.
And Councilor Michelson?
Aye.
It'll be my first time I'm gonna break the tie. I go aye. We need to get the budget done. Thank you. So it passes 3-2. We'll go to board reports. I think there's one in the airport.
Yeah, there was a special airport board meeting, the new airport manager is here, Will. They talked about trying to increase, revenue up there, and they'll be bringing before council, possibility of a gravel pit up there, which will need to be put out to bid and everything, and contracts and everything approved. So anyways, it's in the works. They're hoping to generate money for themselves.
Thank you. Okay, I think that's the only board, isn't that?
Correct.
Oh, can I say one more thing?
Sure.
I think Will's doing an excellent job up there at airport. He's trying to get things squared away.
He is doing an excellent job.
Could I
Okay,
bring something up? I think when you decide to raise your rates, there is a resolution that the airport has in place that you'd have to follow.
go ahead, Wade.
It's a small percentage every year that you,
Rates on the hangers?
yes.
Yeah, that was passed, it's 10%. So it comes out to 1.4 cents per year.
Okay, good.
Council comments? See none, go to the executive report, it's gonna be short. Next week, you will be getting the official resignation letter from myself regarding the date, which is November 30th. You'll also receive a memorandum from the attorney outlining your choices, how you go through the application process or do something else in the law that's related to the council rules that are related to that. Basically, within 30 days of the 30th of November, and of course, if you decide to go with applications, they have to be published, Janelle, I believe. But anyway, I will attach that legal memorandum to my resignation, to all of you. It's not a quorum, it's just information. So that'll be attached to the resignation letter. With that, we're adjourned.